What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Entertainment Critics. I am Antoine,
And I'm still James.
and we are going to do a review on The Boys, Amazon Prime's original series, The Boys, based on the comic book. But before we do that, I got an intro. All right, we back. All right. So, Amazon Prime released The Boys. And when did that trailer drop? This trailer dropped a little minute ago, did it? Because I remember I've been kind of waiting on this for a while. Was it
Yeah,
like it was like last year? Wasn't it
I think so.
like
Yeah,
last
like
winter?
late last year.
Yeah. So they had me kind of waiting for a while for this. Um, I wasn't familiar with the comic. Were you familiar with the comic before?
Nope.
And you
Like
went,
all my homeboys start saying, "Hey, I know you excited about that. The boys is getting a show." I'm like, "The what?"
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I didn't know about it, but I'm familiar with the artist, um, and I mean the writer and the artist Garth Ennis. And I'm familiar with his work, and I'm a big fan. So when I found out he had wrote this book, I was like, oh, okay. Where I immediately knew, oh, this shit gonna be wild, because he go hard. This is the same dude that was responsible for the Punisher Warzone. Like most of the Punisher Warzone content came from his run.
Okay.
So yeah, this dude go hard. He's like Frank Miller cousin.
Respect.
Right. So yeah, they went on ahead and released this. It just came out the end of July. Um, and I was a little skeptical because you know why? Because I remember at the same time Netflix tried to match them by bringing out their little series for a similar kind of comic was that Umbrella Academy,
Yeah.
and that looked good. The trailers looked good, and I started watching it, man. It wasn't all that, man. I wasn't too crazy about it. It was okay. I
Okay.
wasn't feeling it. So I was like, you know what? I think they trying to reach a little too much into that comic book, into those IPs or comics, and they're coming up a little short. That's why I was a little skeptical when I was like, yeah, the boy's gonna be another Umbrella Academy or you know what I'm saying? Or like Kick Ass was good, but guess what? Kick Ass 2 was trash. It's
Yeah.
like it's getting to a point where they reaching too much. Get what I'm saying? And that's making me
Well, because I
skeptical.
think in a lot of them they rely too much on the property to draw views. You
Mm-hmm.
know. And so they don't even. I think at least they don't even try that hard to make the stuff actually look like something.
Yeah, and sometimes it don't translate either. Um,
Right.
Sometimes some things just don't need to be live action, um, or or if it is, but they don't have the guts to make it like it is. You know what I'm saying? So they'll
Yeah.
change it up and just think oh well. You like this comic, right? Look, we got this character on the screen, but you changed it so much that you just kind of disrespected the comic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You didn't do it homage. But so they dropped this, man. I'm gonna tell you like this off the bat. I watched the whole series. I binged it. I like this. I like this show, bro. I really like this show, man. It was, it's violent, but it's not too violent. It's gory, but they know how to give you some and not go there with some. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like one of them. It was a good blend because some be so over the top that it's not even it's cartoonish, and I mean it was a little cartoonish on some of the gore moments, but it was did with enough taste that it didn't take me out of the story. You get me?
Yeah, and one thing I liked is like they have a great way of like when they ramp up the sort of off kilter the wrongness of the world that they built here. It's like they still have the wherewithal to come and bring you back down. And say, no, this is still a world people live in. Stuff still gets done. It's
Right.
just this stuff is going on too.
Yeah, and so we can talk about the plot, man. We can talk about what is the boys about. So the boys is basically these they call it the Seven, and they kind of like the Justice League, and they are seven superheroes that it's more than them though, right? Because
Yeah, there's way more.
okay, but they didn't talk about them, but they got the seven are like basically a corporation. They work for a corporation, so superheroes in this world are kind of like celebrities and athletes. You know what I'm saying? Where they sell products. When they save somebody, they make sure it's a camera there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. It's like saying, what if people had superheroes? I mean, what if people had superpowers in the real world? How would it be? You think they're gonna save people and then not get no accolades from it? No. This this is how it really
Like,
would be if people had
like
superpowers.
especially this day and age, man.
Right, right. Because we got that now. The closest we can come to people with superpowers are great athletes. You know what I'm saying? And look how they get treated, and look how look how they are. So they pretty
Absolutely,
much,
man.
yeah. So they pretty much are athletes and celebrities. And so, but you say they call them the boys. No, the boys are not even. That's not the seven. They call it the seven. The boys are a group of people that do not like superheroes. They are a group of people that got grudges against superheroes, and they band together to try to take superheroes down, which is very interesting because none of them have superpowers or no authority or anything. Now we can talk about some of the people that played in there. It was what's the main guy? I'm drawing a blank. The not the main kid. The
Oh, you talking about Billy Butcher?
yeah. What's his real name?
Carl Urban.
Yes. I don't know why I drew a blank. I'm looking at Carl Urban, man, and I guess that's his real accent, huh? Is Billy Butcher?
I think so, yeah.
So is Billy Butcher Australian, or you think they just did that?
I don't know, man.
Right, that's right. You said you weren't familiar with the comics, but you
Right.
know, it was just weird hearing him talk with his Australian accent. It kind of added something to the character though, even though they never really explained why. What is you doing here? You know, I mean, you ain't got to, but he just like so it just sounds so weird. Like, wait a minute, you're Australian. You might have to throw one line in and tell me why. You know what I'm saying? Why are you here? Whatever.
Right.
But I thought Carl Urban did a great job as Billy Butcher. He's kind of like the leader of the boys. And then it's centered around your main character. Now they do these kind of main characters in these comics a lot, dude. Where I don't know this guy named what's his name, Huey.
Yeah.
Right. So those are usually the main characters in these stories because they kind of like don't belong. They got all these tough masculine guys, and they the little weak dude that that kind of get pushed into this situation. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like, remember, what's that movie? Not Wanted. Kind of like Wanted
Yeah.
a little bit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. I mean, because like Wanted did that with God, I can't remember.
James McAvoy.
Yeah,
James McAvoy.
yeah,
character?
James McAvoy. I can't remember his character's name. Wesley,
Right.
his character's name.
Right. But
They
it's
do
same
this
dynamic.
sort of thing where the main character is supposed to be like your audience avatar.
Right.
So it's like in the same way as like, so you're learning about this world and getting to figure out what this world is about with the character instead of like having to learn who they are through that stuff. So.
Right. So when he do something, when he react to something, it's basically going to be what the audience reaction would be. When somebody get killed in front of them, oh my God, that's supposed to be our reaction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the boys are a group of guys that all got grudges against superheroes, and it kind of kick off where one of the seven accidentally kills his girlfriend. I think I can say that without spoiling anything because it's kind of like at the beginning, and that kicks up. That's that's the catalyst on let's get a group together and take down superheroes. And the way they did this, man. did you see that on the trailer first, or did it catch you off guard how they did that kill?
You know what? I saw it on the trailer, but like, because I think I said this to you when we were talking about it off screen, was they made it so visceral when you see the kill, like when you're actually watching the scene.
Yeah, and
Like the detail work.
I know, and I say, you know what? You know why? One reason why I do like this show too. They are showing more of realistically what would happen if somebody was moving at the speed of light and ran into somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like you ain't gonna walk away from that. I'm
That's what I'm
sorry.
saying. And so dude is super fast. That's played by Jesse T. Usher, the little black dude.
Yeah.
He's been kind of annoying to me in other movies, but he actually was good in this. He's not a bad actor. He just always trying to play the. He was in that Shaft movie as Shaft's son.
Yeah.
He's always trying to do the little Joker. He was the Joker in there, but he was also in Independence Day as Will Smith's son. Anyway, he's not a bad actor. So I think he did good in this too. He pretty much was just a douchebag athlete. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so the movie that kicked off the movie, man. He's like he pretty much like got the powers of the Flash, and he accidentally ran into the dude's girlfriend and fucking she exploded.
Through. Ran through.
ran through, he ran through his girlfriend by accident and she exploded. He was like, "Oh shit, man, was that your girlfriend? Oh damn, I'm sorry, dude. Well, I gotta go." Yeah. So
Like that, and that's a big part of like teaching you like what's wrong with this world. It's like, dude runs through a whole person with all witnesses. Like,
right.
man, like, whoa, I can't stop. I gotta go. Bye.
But
Like, just
but what could he do? It ain't like he could have ran her to the hospital. I mean, it wasn't
right.
nothing left. It's like, and he was in the middle of something like, top secret or whatever. But it was just the point of, at that point, I mean, he should have just kept moving, and maybe they wouldn't have known what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they could have put it on somebody else.
Right. But they did a whole PR thing about it. That's another thing about this. They kind of handled how to handle things in real life. How they would, when a celebrity do something wrong, how do they handle it? They try to cover it up. They try to make it
put it off on somebody else.
Put it off somebody else, or have them make a little statement about something. They make it look like it wasn't. It was a whole nother situation. And so that just kind of like kicked off where the main character was like, you know what, fuck these superheroes. This shit is out of hand. Ain't nobody keep them in check. So that's why I was like, okay, so let me meet the seven. So we met A-Train. He's that's his name, A-Train. He got super speed, and you got Translucent. Is that his name, or is it Transparent?
Yeah,
it's Translucent.
It's translucent.
Which was a funny joke in the movie where they was like, "Man, Translucent ain't even invisible, asshole. That's supposed to be transparent."
Hey, they taught him something,
So okay, stuff like they real crude with this show. Just by the way, so don't nobody think you're gonna go in there and see some old Avengers PG-13 shit. They real crude with this. So, and I'm gonna bring in some more of them. You got Translucent, and then you got Starlight. Now she is kind of like she's like the beauty pageant mom. You know how like the mom got the girls in the beauty pageants, and they're always pushing them and make them do ballet and all that stuff. And it's more for the parent than the kid. And the kid go through all this crap, and they end up, when they grown, they be so fucked up. You know what I'm saying? She's like that kind of character. So it's like her mom wanted her to do this more than she did. So that was cool. And then you got the what was the Wonder Woman character name? What's it called? Queen something?
Queen Maeve. Queen Maeve.
She's too much of a copy of Wonder Woman. But okay, so we got the Wonder Woman character. She pretty much Wonder Woman, Queen Maeve. And then we got the Deep is Aquaman. I'm gonna get to him in a second. I just want to finish telling about everybody else. Then you got Black Noir, which is pretty much like a ninja. He's pretty much Snake Eyes, because he don't talk. And then you got my boy Zach Morris. Homelander, pretty much
Oh man,
Superman.
man. Now you know what? I'm gonna tell you what. When I first started like going through and meeting some of these characters, you know who what I was reminded of in Marvel? They got the Squadron Supreme.
Squadron. Okay.
Homelander remind me a lot of
Yeah.
Hyperion.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's he is a mix between Captain America and Superman. Um, he went so far as to use the American flag as his cape. uh,
Man.
I mean, okay, so when you watch it, you be like, okay, why they want to kill these? You know, they still superheroes. You know, accidents happen. You know, once you get to
Mhm.
meet these superheroes, you find out they like straight up douchebags. Like they real shitty people. They pretty much
Yeah,
villains. And it kind of kick off by you see the deep. I just say you see one of them pretty much. What's the? Would you say date rape one of them, or he pretty much? Man, look, the girl turned around. Next thing you know, his pants is off.
yeah. Like like 0 to 100, man. Like just, oh, that's cool. That's cool. So hey, we doing this?
Right? It wasn't. No, he
Like,
didn't ask. She turned around, say, "Oh yeah, I think you look good." He's like, "Okay," and she turned back around. His pants is off. Like, "Hey, what's up?" And then he blackmailed her after that. It's like, dude, these dudes are straight
yeah,
up assholes. So they made
yep.
it clear that the heroes are clearly the villains. Not very likable people. They pretty much, like I said, they celebrities. They take selfies, they smile at the camera and all that. But when the camera off, they be like, "Fuck these people."
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Um, it was a good. It's a good show because I like to see those real consequences for all those for those powers. When I say real consequences, like I said, when the dude lost his girlfriend, so it was other things that happened that I'm not gonna say because it'd be spoilers and that stuff that people you got to see this that these superheroes did to normal people, and you'll be like, okay, this person's body ain't strong enough to handle stuff. When somebody with superpowers have sex, they they talked about that. Well, so when somebody with superpowers have sex with somebody without powers, it's consequences for that shit.
Yep. Yep.
So I really like that.
Jesus, man.
I
You
really
know,
like.
what this show is? This show is the internet, man. This show is just the internet.
So so and then the boys the boys are cool. I didn't really, I didn't really gravitate to the boys like I did to the seven. I mean, I like Carl Urban character, the Butcher. I'm sorry, Billy Butcher, and what's his name, Frenchie, and they called
Frenchie and Mother's Milk.
Mother's Milk. They was kind of cliche. I ain't gonna say cliche. Mother's Milk is the straight man. Is I guess they call him Mother's Milk because he act like the mother, because he always be like, hey, we gotta, we need to straighten up. He always like
Uncle.
the kind of authority, like,
Yeah.
or more like he's like the
He's
squad leader that's
he's like the one that's put together, so he's always
right,
trying to keep everybody, on the
right,
straight and narrow.
right. And then Billy Butcher is the loose cannon, um,
Yeah,
and
that's for sure.
Huey is the nervous new guy.
He's the
The
rookie.
Yeah, the nervous new guy, and I guess you could call Frenchie the tech guy, or Frenchie just. I mean, he cool though.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, that's your boys, and it's a lot more to it than that. I really like when they start showing dynamics of the heroes where when they couldn't, sometimes they can't save people and they got to make the choice. You know what I'm saying? Where you see, like in Justice League, they always say to people, right? But what if
yeah.
they couldn't
Every
save the
time.
people? You know what I'm saying? What if they
Yep.
could? What if they couldn't say to people? How would that look? Like how would that conversation go? You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, we only can save two people. You know what I'm saying? We can't save it's five people, but we can only save two. How that conversation gonna go? You get me?
Yep. I mean,
The feedback
and
will
it's one
help.
of those things that again, like most comic books never talk about it, but it's like sometimes there ain't nothing you can do.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And that's a more realistic approach than when Justice League, because they never go there. It was a instance where a plane was going down, and they was like, well, get under the plane and fly it. He's like, nah, not with this wind pressure, not with this. You know what I'm saying? They was like
Yeah, it's
basically
like
being realistic.
it's like if I try to do this, then I'm just gonna make things worse. If I try to do this, I ain't gonna accomplish nothing. There's nothing I can do.
That's what I'm saying. And that's realistic too. That could happen. You could be like,
Mhm.
fuck, I can't do nothing. And I gotta just let this shit happen. You know what I'm saying? Even
Yep.
though it was kind of fucked up how, it didn't bother the motherfucker, but it's still to a point where, you know what I'm saying, that you could that it's a realistic situation where they don't touch on that in comics. They always end up being able to save people or whatever. So I like stuff like that, man. That was, I think that's kind of like, for me, that's what the doctor ordered for, because all these damn comic book movies been coming out, and I've been enjoying a lot of it, but now it's to the point where I need to see something like this, where it's kind of a realistic look on this, where everybody just don't do this cool shit and then do a superhero landing at the end of it. You know what I'm saying? You do this
Yeah.
cool shit, you save everybody, you beat the villain, and then you do a superhero landing. Come on, man. I just seen that enough now. You know what I'm saying?
Time for some realness in here.
Right. So that's why I was like, I really appreciate what they doing with this. And then it's also kind of touching on the aspect psychologically. If you had all these superpowers, how would you be? Are you gonna be that upstanding citizen that never takes nothing? Or case in point, Spider-Man. You gonna do all this shit in your regular life. Your personal life is in shambles. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? No, I'm not gonna do that. I wouldn't do it. Not to be
Yeah.
selfish or anything.
I think that's one of the things that's so great about this is like most folks wouldn't. You got like, and they go and show some of these heroes who have just basically become reality TV stars. They're not even superheroes anymore. They're just superpowered celebrities. You
Right.
know,
Yeah,
so
that's what it
like,
is.
I think that's really interesting. And like one of the weird things that the way they set things up, since superpowered individuals are basically just celebrities, none of them actually bother with becoming villains because they can do as much dirt as they want and still be celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
So they just do.
Yeah. Hold on, I was checking something. Right. And that's kind of they thing, and but that's why I'm thinking too, man. That power is intoxicating, and it can corrupt. You know what I'm
Oh yeah,
saying? Think like Homelander. You got you stronger. You can't die. You stronger than everybody. You can fly. You can kill anybody at the blink of an eye. You can do anything you want to do. Why would you be beholden to these people? You know what I'm saying? It asks those questions and stuff. And
yeah,
and I really liked it. So I had started liking the Homelander, man. He is a pretty much a sociopath. That's
yeah, yeah,
I just started liking him because I feel like that is, I mean, he's Zach Morris with superpowers, but but I feel like that is a direction that Superman could have went. He could have went either because his upbringing made him, right?
yeah,
So if you didn't have the upbringing like Superman, you could be like Homelander. You know what I'm saying? He had a rough upbringing, so um, it kind of makes sense, dude. But I really like this show, man. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a rating, dude.
all right.
I really I like the show. I actually like the pacing of the show too, because they didn't give you too much at once. Cause I was fearing, like, when the first episode you kind of see Huey lose his girlfriend, and I was like, it was like a cool little shot. They didn't show a lot of the superhero fights and stuff. They used all that sparingly, but I was cool with that because I was enjoying the story. Because I don't think they had a big budget, so I think they had to kind of like dial back on when, what I'm saying, some of the special effects. They
Yeah.
didn't show what's name Fly Harley that much. They didn't show Homelander Fly Harley that much. If you notice, you heard
Like
like
they just showed him landing all the
right.
time.
They showed him landing, or you'll hear him taking off. You know what I'm saying? Or you'll hear him land, but you don't see him. They did the same thing like with Starlight with her powers. It's just like a bright flash will come, and then she'll be like standing there with sparks behind her or something. Cheap.
Yeah.
But it still was good though. Sometimes you don't need all that crazy CGI, and they kind of proved it. You know what I'm saying? That's why that's another thing I like about this show. They kind of
Well,
showing
like if
people.
you go ahead.
All I'm saying, they just showing people that you don't need a big budget to make something good if you get creative. You know what I'm saying?
Uh, yeah, and also if your show is going to be character driven, let the characters carry the load. You don't have to, create this upscale spectacle all the time. If it's your characters people come to see, they'll come to see the characters regardless.
Yeah, and like I said, I really like the pacing because when they gave us something like a gory like scene, it was a while before we saw another one. They didn't just throw it at us, because it could get so cartoonish that you'll start rolling your eyes when somebody head
Oh
pop
yeah,
off and shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see movies and shows where it's too much. It's not. It's starting to be. You know what I'm saying? It started getting monotonous when they started doing it too much. So they
yeah.
used it sparingly enough to keep it a wow factor. So I really like how they did that. So this show, I'm gonna give the show an epic, man. I really like it. I can't wait for season 2. Um, I can't wait for season 2, man. I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed the villains. I want to see what they're gonna do. They gave them something to do. They gave them development. They gave them personalities. They just wasn't
Yeah.
villains, which they actually supposed to be the heroes. Now, I mean, and then the boys, were this named after, they didn't do too much to me. I didn't care for them that much, but it's cool. They didn't bring it down. They actually was all good actors and they all did good jobs. I was just more interested in the 7.
Yeah, I
So
feel that.
I'm really looking forward to season 2. They left it off at a good point where, wow, I can't wait to see what's gonna happen next. So they didn't just give you a bullshit ass ending. They gave me an ending that made me say, "Oh, oh, wow, okay, I didn't see that coming." So I gave it an epic, man. I probably ain't gonna get
You
too many
know,
epics for TV shows, but I liked it, man. I gave it an epic.
you know, especially for this to be something that like I wasn't already bought in on. Like I was curious about it, but like since I hadn't ever read The Boys, it wasn't something like that I wanted in my life necessarily. And every episode, I was there for it. It's like from the moment that first episode started, it was like it kept blasting through my expectations. I kept waiting for it to get too slow or for the quality of the writing to dip, and just stayed up there the whole time, man. Like I'm a huge fan of this show.
Yeah,
It's
me.
very rare
Hey,
that I
I
get out of
told you.
one season of a show and say I'm a huge fan, but I'm a huge fan of this show, man.
Yeah, and I didn't think I was gonna be, but I was like, dude, I like it. Um, but yeah, finish
Yeah,
your thought.
it's epic, man. You already know.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, surprisingly, man, I really did like it, man. I know some people some critics probably gonna come and give it their little critiques and pick it apart or whatever, but I enjoyed it enough, and I think the timing is good too, because I needed this right now because I seen too many people trying to. It's getting oversaturated with superhero comic book movies, where you got a comic book movie now is more based in realistic situations. Like I said
Yeah,
before, save everybody with the superhero landing. Okay, I'm about tired of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no great grand scale no more. You know what I'm saying? I needed something that was more realistic, man. So good show, man. People definitely recommend everybody see this. Anybody that's especially into you in any of the comic book movies that's out now, check this out, man. This it's basically it's a dark comedy. I mean, I want to say it's a dark comedy because it's funny, but it's also serious too, and it just it just put together so well. So that is our rating for The Boys, and that is our review for The Boys. Check it out. Check it out on Amazon Prime. If you ain't got Amazon Prime, I don't think they got no other way to see it, right? But yeah,
No, I
they
think that's
probably
about
would
it.
have it for. Well, I guess they don't do it that way. I would say that would they have it for rent or whatever, like a
They
Redbox?
might. I
But
don't know. I'm not 100% if they do that, but they might.
well, okay. So we're gonna wrap that up, man, and then we're gonna jump into we're gonna do a trailer reaction real quick. Because I didn't get a chance to get this. So, well, you said you already seen it though.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're gonna give our thoughts on this. The Zombieland double tap. If anybody remember the first Zombieland, that was a big deal. Where he's like, make sure you double tap because they'll come back on your ass. Did you like the first Zombieland?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean,
I did.
it's became like a cult classic.
You know, it's a fun little ride.
It basically became a cult classic. And hold on, I got like a little trailer. But yeah, it became like I'm sorry, it's like a little commercial I gotta give a little ad. But it became a cult classic, and and that's why it got so big, because it's like one of those movies that come out. I remember, I know Sony made that. I remember when it came out. Oh, can you see that?
No.
You can't see nothing?
No, I just see the logo.
The Sony logo? Oh,
No,
my
your logo.
Oh. I got it on screen, sure. Can you see anything
Yeah,
there?
for whatever reason. Nah, I can't even see my video, man. All I get is my thumbnail, so I think mine's bugging.
Huh. Okay. Well, you seen it. I'm gonna just play it, and with this little, I'm gonna do the little trailer reaction here. So let's see. Alrighty. Yeah. Okay. Hold up.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, you see it?
Yep.
Alrighty. Let's get her done. All right. So yeah, the Zombieland Double Tap is sequel to Zombieland, and I think people wanted to see a sequel, but I feel like, I don't know, when you wait this long to do a sequel, you doing it just because it's popular, not because
Yeah.
you want to do it, or not because you had a plan to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, somebody somewhere told them, hey, so folks are still talking about that Zombieland movie we tossed out there. Should we make another one?
Well, it became a cult classic that people start saying, "Hey, when you gonna get that another Zombieland come out?" You know, Zombieland was the shit. I don't think it made a lot of money at the theater, but I just remember I think it got more. It got its legs after it came, to home video, and
Yeah.
a lot of times that's when movies really get popular, because people didn't know what they was gonna see until they got it. Like, oh, this shit's good. I really liked the first Zombieland, man. It was a funny movie. I think that's the first time I ever seen Jesse Eisenberg. So he was like that. He was basically a clone of Michael Cera.
Yeah.
But it was good. Woody Harrelson was good. It was funny. It was like one of them dark comedies. But and the same thing with stuff like Hangover. We didn't ask for a part 2, but we're gonna get one. And I'm not sure what it's gonna be. Hopefully, it don't be the same thing. But let me go ahead and we'll see what we got. So without further ado, Zombieland. Shit, hold on. Okay, so without further ado, Zombieland Double Tap.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Hey, Possum Ape.
Sorry, just you in that chair.
I think I would have made a damn fine president.
You would have brought a real dignity to the office.
You're welcome, America.
Welcome to Zombieland. Life is about more than just survival. We were a family. Dysfunctional, sure, but what family isn't?
Merry Christmas. What would you like, little girl?
I'd really like for you to stop calling me little girl.
Do you know what I would like?
I don't give a shit what you
It felt so good to be on the move again.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Hi, I'm Columbus.
Madison.
This is Tallahassee.
Hey, Paul Blart. Is this your dad? Oh, whoopsie. I forgot the seatbelt rule.
Oh, so she knows the rules?
I told her just a few of them.
73. Are there more? You're cute. I like it.
My sister's gone. She picked up a boy. He's from
I think so, just a bit.
I mean, too young to be a real character.
Do I look like the type of person that would have weed?
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Boom.
I
Yeah.
think so.
I have nothing against hippies. I just want to beat the shit out of them.
We're gonna go
I
get
love
her.
that
We
line.
write it, Dawn.
Start talking.
You first. Oh, my name's Tallahassee. Die, zombie! Light 'em up!
Wait for it.
This is where they lost.
That's my ride! Oh, my apologies, little Elvis.
Is it me, or does he kind of remind you of...
I don't like you. At all.
I think you double parked. Or more perpendicular parked. Hope we don't get a ticket.
What is going on here?
What?
Hello, everyone.
Am I hallucinating?
Okay, man. That's Zombieland
Yeah.
double tap. All right, man. Oops. I dig the trailer.
Writing's not that easy.
I dig the trailer, except for the end of it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk about that. Let's talk about some other stuff before we get to that. The doppelgangers. It looked like the same movie. It looked like, you know, they all look the same except for the young girl. And of course she was at that age where she was gonna get older. And, you know, I think the first movie she was like 12 or something. And so, you know, shit, it's 10 years later. She's 22 now. Can you believe it's been 10 years?
Nah.
Yeah, that was 09. The first one was in 09. But yeah, it's 10 years later, man. They all look pretty good. Surprisingly, damn, they look just the same. But anyway, you know, they picking up where they left off, man, with with Tallahassee and I can't remember what's the name, Jesse Eisenberg character, but you know, they doing the same thing. They just driving around, I guess. Now that, you know, so it was fun. But like I said earlier, it looked kind of like a fan made. It looked like a fan made thing because it looked like they playing rap music and they just shooting zombies. It's like, okay, that's fun. But once you get into a part 2, you need to start giving me a story because you continuing. You get me?
Yeah. Because if it's just the same stuff you saw in the first movie, why do I need a second movie?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's y'all just having fun with killing zombies, you know, slow motion, shooting them with different weapons and playing rap music. That was fun. But now if you're gonna continue the same story in the same universe with the same characters, I'm actually gonna need a story now. And it just looked like the same.
Something.
Right. And I'm not complaining because it looked like it's fun, but maybe it's going to be a story. But where I was thinking, okay, maybe they do got a story here. Then the doppelgangers show up. What the fuck are we doing? Why do we got exact doubles of your main two characters? Explain that. Can you give me somewhat of an explanation?
You know, we had Luke Wilson on tap. We need to use him some kind of way, and so
I'm glad they got Luke Wilson, but they now got Luke Wilson, basically a fucking copy of Tallahassee, a Woody Harrelson character. And what's Luke Wilson's name gonna be? Texas, Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some dumb shit like that.
Kentucky, something like that.
Yeah. I'm Kentucky. They even went so far as to say the exact same thing when they was like, what? And then you got the not about to call him Michael Cera, the Jesse Eisenberg clone got the same fucking curly little Jew fro. You know what I'm saying? You got the same thing going on. I'm like, man, what the fuck? Is this a joke? Now it turned to a full-on joke, man.
I mean, at this point, we just gotta hope that there wasn't a Emma Stone clone in the back seat.
I was waiting for a pale chick to come out and be like, guys.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, was gonna come out and talk some crap or something, you know.
Yeah. So I mean, and I'm not saying that won't be funny, but I'm saying I'm not going to see a part 2 to a movie just to see gags. I mean, I don't know if you do. You could say I'm such a fan of the first one. I just want to see these characters. I think that's what they did, man. They just wanted to make a part 2 to appease the fans of the first one, and they didn't have a script, so they said, "Hey, let's get them all back together and let's just throw some gags at them."
I mean, I guess it's just like, and part of the problem is like I'm watching this trailer, and every second of this trailer, all I can think of is, "Wow, this is super self-indulgent right here." Like this movie is just really happy to be a sequel of the first movie.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like it just feels like a cash grab.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, it feels like Hangover 2, man, where you didn't have a story, you didn't plan for that first one to be so successful. So you said, "Hey, we need a part 2 ASAP," and it was just the same thing. You just got you got the characters back, and you just did the same thing over. I feel like it's one of them. And it's kind of messed up because you had 10 years to come up with you had 10 years to come up with a script, and then you just basically just got all the characters together and start doing gags. So I mean,
but it's different. We put them in a different city this time.
Right. It's like, man, it's like Walking Dead, man. It's like, okay, it's a zombie apocalypse. Do you have a goal? Like, what's your goal? It's like now they just going around killing zombies and they ain't doing shit. It's like, do y'all got like a goal? I mean, you could find like an island and just live there, you know, or something.
I mean, until they tell us different, it looks like the goal is to party till they die.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't need to see a movie on that. You know, y'all can drive off into the sunset in the first movie, and I can get that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if you're gonna actually do something, that's where it's cool to see a movie. But we'll see, man. And people don't think I'm just trashing this. It like you said, it just looked like a cash grab, man. So we'll see, man. It looked funny though. It's got some good funny jokes in there. I really like the line where Woody Harrelson say, you know, I ain't got nothing against hippies. I just want to beat the shit out of them. Like, like stuff like that is kind of cool. But you know, I mean, but still though, you know, I mean, I want to see a movie to see a movie. I don't just need to see it just to see dumb gags and jokes. But we'll see, man. We'll see. It looks like it could be good, but you know, we will see. Let's see what the critics say. You might get a review. It's coming out this October, so it's coming out soon. That's also some red flags. Bringing the trailer out this soon before the movie about to come out, that's kind of telling me it might not be that good, and they don't want nobody to see it before it comes out.
Yeah, they don't want to give any time for the stuff to leak or too many trailers to come out.
Right, so that's a red flag. But we'll see, man. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up, man. So thanks for checking out the video. Excuse me. Thanks for checking out the video. Thanks for checking out the stream. And subscribe to the channel. Trying to get them subscriptions up. And
drop a like always. Every time you watch one of our videos, drop a like. We need all that.
Yeah. Yes, sir. All right, man. We out here. Peace.
Peace.
Oops.